Hi everyone, it's Key Insight in Relasomi. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to fill forms and submit with Selenium. In our last tutorial, we only checked how to install Selenium, Python, and WebDriver. But in this tutorial, we'll start with automating a test. So this will be our first test script. So let me launch my IDE, and for this tutorial, I'm using Visual Studio. So the first thing you need to do, you need to import the appropriate module. The first one we import is from Selenium. Import WebDriver. Okay. So now the next thing you need to do is you need to create an object. So by creating an object, it will be do not forget, since we're using Chrome as our browser, it will be WebDriver. It will be Chrome here, WebDriver.chrome. And if you're using Firefox, it will be .firefox. If you're using Safari, it will be .safari. If you're using Microsoft Edge, it will be .microsoft Edge and all other browsers. So now that we've created an object, whenever I'm trying to whenever I'm trying to automate my test, I always like to maximize my window. So we'll also do that to just add it. Okay. So now that we've maximized the window, next thing for us to do is we need to navigate to our website. As you can see, whenever I try to enter something, I already know the next thing to enter. I'm using tab 9. That is why it is working like that for me. So the website. So since you said we'll be using LinkedIn as our website, so let's just copy the URL. Let's locate the sign up page right now. Okay, so I'll copy this URL, copy the URL, go back to my so for me to navigate the website, I would enter driver.get. This is LinkedIn. So we've been able to navigate to their website. The next thing for us to do is to go back to their site, and it's for us to find the elements. So we have email or phone number, we have password field, and we have the agree button. So for us to be able to find the elements by email, for us to be able to find the email elements, password, and the agree button, we need to inspect the page. We need to locate the developer tools, and for us to do that, you right click on your page. You can either right click inside this field, or you right click on this page, then you click on the inspect button there. Okay, so this is where we are. So we're already on the page. So now the first element we have here is email or phone number. So you click on this locator here, then you click on the email field. So here we are. So now for us to find the elements, for us to find the email elements, you can either find the elements by you can either find it by IDE, by ID, sorry, or name, or you can also you can also copy the elements, and by you have to click for you to copy the element, you have to copy and click on this, right click on that specific element you intend to copy, and then go down to this copy link here. Then it has a drop down here, so you can either copy by outer HTML selector, CSS selector, JavaScript part, styles, expert, copy full expert. But for this tutorial, we'll be finding elements by ID. So let me just copy the email ID. Uh, our first driver dot by since we're using ID by ID, then you paste it here. So if you notice, we are getting an error here saying by is not defined. So that means you've not imported the by module. So for us to do that, you go back here, then enter selenium.driver. As you can see, we're no longer getting that error message. So move to the next thing, email. So we need to send keys. What do I mean by sending keys? We need to enter value or data into the email field. So for us to do that, so for this tutorial, let's use test tutor. Test tutor at meninator.com. So now you need to click on the element, the email dot click. Okay. So now we already have for the email element. We found the email element. Now move to the next one, which is password. So let's create the password variable. So same thing, driver dot find element by ID. So let's go back to our LinkedIn page. Let's copy the password element. So click on the locator again, then okay, this is the password element. So let me copy the ID here. Okay, now that I've copied it, let me paste it. So we'll also send keys to our password field. So let's so let me use this password. Okay, so that's it. So we need to click on the password field. The password, we need to click on it again. Okay, so now we have for the password field. Now we are left with join, the join button. So let's see as join button equal to, so find the elements to find. Since we are using by ID, so let's go back to the LinkedIn page to copy the ID for the join button. Okay, so this is the ID here. I'll copy it. Now that I've copied it, I'll paste it here. So now when you are interacting with the button, you're not sending a data or value. So just click on it, click on the button. So don't forget, we haven't imported the keys module. We haven't defined it. So let me define it. Very the same thing. You need to import time too, so that you're able to see the action you're performing whenever you're entering data into the fields. And so I'll add time. I'll add 3 seconds there. This click button, I'm going to add 2 seconds. But let's save it, Ctrl S or Command S. Let's run our code. As you notice, the window expanded. That means already maximized it. Okay. So whenever you're automating your test, you will always see Chrome is being controlled by automated test software, or Mozilla is being controlled by automated test software. So now it's actually entering value into the field, the email field, also the password field. Is so if you notice, we couldn't move to the next page, like we're because of there is another form on that page. So let's just name this one as first navigate to first form on of page. So now move to the next one. Next second. So now to our let's go back to the LinkedIn page. So now for us to inspect the next um the next form or page, for us to navigate there, we have to enter value into the fields and click on the agree button. So let's just use the agree button. Now we've been able to navigate to the second form. So next thing, so we have the first name here, we have the last name field present, and the continue button. So firstly, so now we have to find the first name element. So click on the locator, click on the field. Okay, so since we're finding our elements by ID, let's copy the ID here. Go back to our ID. So for first name to be the same thing to driver dot find um, by ID by ID. So we paste it here, which is first name. Then we'll send keys. We'll send keys to our name, to our first name. So we'll send key. And for this tutorial, since we're using test tutor, we'll just use test as our first name. So we'll click on our first name. Let's click. Okay. So now the next thing is for us to we already have, it said find first name, last name, and continue button. So for the next one will be last name. So let's declare last name variable. So it's the driver dot find element by ID. So copy our last copy the element to find last. Okay, so you copy the ID here. It's send keys to our last name. Well, since we already have tutor as we have them combined in our email, we'll just use it as our second as our last name. So okay. So click on the last name element. Click. Okay. So the last one. Oh, before we forget, we need to add time. So we'll be using 3 seconds. Yes, add time. 3 seconds. So now we have the last one, which is continue. Do not make the mistake of naming your variable, declaring your variables like using keywords or loop condition. Now this continues. See, getting this error message because of mistakes can only be used within a loop. So I'll just add my button there. So driver time limit ID. Okay. So let's copy our element. So you click on this locator to find the content button element. So you copy the ID here. Okay, paste it. We are not entering value into the continue button, so we're not using the same keys. We just had we're only clicking on the button, the continue button, click. Okay, so we had time to we need to close our browser, close the browser. So for us to do that, I'm going to use here we are. So let's save this because it made changes to our script. So Control S or Command S. Let's run our script. Loading. Okay, add value to the first field. What's the second field now? I entered two different button. If you notice, it was entering the data twice. Our script is perfectly test name test. Well, okay. So let's check it again. Okay, this is correct. And click the button. So if you notice, we were told to verify our identity. Well, we are not doing that. We're just trying to fill forms and submit. So we've been able to do that, and this is how you automate your tests using Selenium with Python. This is how you try to you fill form online. So this brings us to the end of our tutorial. I'll be seeing my next video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, and hit the notification button. Bye.